Hi, my name's Rick Shiels down here at Trafford Golf Centre in Manchester, and today we're going to be talking about sloping lies and how we get around them, what we need to do differently and how we play them a little bit more effectively around the golf course. We're going to do all four lies, uphill, downhill, left to right, right to left, so stay tuned and you're going to find out all four of them. The first one we're going to cover is this uphill lie one, probably the easiest one out of the four, to be honest. The reason being is because the club already is going to be looking at being hit a bit on the way up through the shot. So it's not really too demanding. You've not got anything blocking almost your entrance point into the golf ball. The things that you've got to bear in mind is how we set up differently and how the ball's going to react differently to when we hit on a shot like this. So my biggest bit of advice when we're hitting off any slope is try and mould your body to the actual same degree as the slope. So if we're on an uphill slope like this, I don't particularly want you to lean your body into the slope. I want you to feel like you're going to get your shoulders level with the slope, your hips level, your knees level. And that way then, you're pretty much, if we were to flatten that slope out, you'd be on a perfect flat level. The things you've got to bear in mind on a shot like this is that the loft will now be increased. So I'm in a 7-iron here. So effectively, depending on the severity of the slope, that's going to be added loft to it. So it's going to be putting loft on that's going to hit the ball a lot higher, but not particularly going to make the ball go any shorter because you're still hitting with a 7-iron golf club. So if I was to set up to this, I've got my shoulders, my hips, my knees level, going to swing through, maintain my balance. Now that golf ball has gone remarkably higher than what my normal 7-iron would go, but not particularly any less distance because, like I say, I'm still creating the same power, but all I'm doing is adding more loft to the shot. So bear in mind when you're playing that shot, you might just need a club that's got slightly less loft. So now we're going to do the shot where the ball is now below our feet. So my feet are much higher than where the ball position is. Now, generally this seems to be the slightly harder one, only because it often puts a lot of players off balance. The big thing you've got to maintain on a shot like this is your balance. That's the biggest thing you've got to try and maintain. You've got to know a little bit about what the golf ball has a tendency of doing. Doesn't mean it has to do it, it has a tendency of doing. And also just figure out a way that you feel more comfortable when you're setting up to a shot like this. So first things first, because our legs now are much higher than the golf ball, we have to feel like we're getting down to the ball a bit more. So we have to feel like we're probably bending our knees a little bit extra and just leaning more from your hips to make sure that we're actually going to reach the bottom of the golf ball on this shot. If I set up to this time, I'm already feeling like my weight is all the way towards my toes. So what I'm going to do just to do that is just stick my bum out a little bit further. That helps me counterbalance my weight, so my weight's more in the middle of my feet now. And then when I come through to hit, my main job is to try and hold my balance. Now the ball should come out at a relatively similar height to a normal 7-iron shot that you're hitting. The thing you've got to be aware of, and now this doesn't mean this will definitely happen. The ball will tend to have a tendency from a lie like this to slightly move left to right in the air, only slightly. You can still draw it from this lie. If you've already got quite an aggressive draw shot anyway, off this lie it'll probably straighten up. If you've got a bit more of a fade shot, a slice shot, on a lie like this, you're probably going to get a bit more exaggerated. But honestly, from any particular lie, don't then go, oh, I'm going to aim more left because this might turn on it. It doesn't always have to. The thing that's going to change is what we call the face plane tilt. So as the shaft starts to tilt, the face angle points ever so slightly differently. But that's the only thing. You can still manipulate it in a way where you can hit the ball straighter. So just when you practice, just check out that. If you have a tendency of having quite an aggressive draw or a slice, take that into consideration when you're on a slope like this. So quick recap, make sure you lean a little bit further forward, squat from the knees, stick your bum out, and like I say, you can hit any shot from this lie depending on your tendency of golf swing anyway. And really maintain that balance as best you can. So the next slope that we're going to do is where now the slope is actually going away from us. So this time it's a little bit more downhill. So this now, I would say, is probably one of the harder shots to do. Only because you've now got something blocking your entrance to the golf ball. So we have to come into the golf ball from a slightly different angle. Now, like the slope that goes up, The one that goes down this time, we're going to hit the ball incredibly much lower. We're going to de-loft this golf club much lower. So instead of a 7 or an iron that you're going to hit, I would recommend hitting more loft. So I'm actually going to swap over this time to my 8 iron, only because that way the ball's going to be able to at least get airborne as I hit this shot. So when I set up to the golf ball this time, I still want to try and get my body more parallel to the slope. So my body tilts a little bit towards the left, my hips have tilted, my knees have tilted. And the important factor in this is knowing that the golf ball is going to come out low. There's nothing you can do about it. It's going to come out low. So don't, whatever you do, look, try and lift the golf ball up in the air, because that way you're going to hit the mat behind the ball. You've got to feel, or the ground behind the ball, you've got to still feel like your body weight is getting onto your left side and you're striking the ball first and then the floor after. And just like I say, expect the golf ball to come out low. So that 8 iron's come out more like my 6 iron there. So I'm expecting it to come out lower. The advantage of that is, as long as you hit it well enough and strike it nice enough, the ball should still go very good distances, because like I say, you're de-lofting the golf club. So slant with the slope, shift your body weight onto your left side as you come in to hit it, and expect this golf ball to come out low. That way, hit a golf club with more loft so that you get away with it. Last sloping lie, the one where the ball is now above your feet, much more above your feet than what it was before. Again, this is not massively challenging shot, only because again the entrance into the golf ball is not blocked off. So it's only when the entrance to the ball is blocked off does it become quite tricky. Setup wise, obviously we don't, now the ball is much more above our feet, we don't want to squat too much, so we want to stand nice and tall, make sure our legs are almost near straight, not fully straight, but almost near straight. I'm also going to feel like now my body weight's been pushed all the way back towards my heels. So I'm just going to again lean forward, stick my bum out, so that way my body weight is back more into the middle of my feet. Now, the ball should come out very neutral ball flight in height. So pretty much a normal height shot. But the thing is, again, what you've got to bear in mind is that this golf ball could have a tendency of slightly drawing more from right to left. But again, it doesn't mean it has to. It still depends on how you approach the golf ball. But it's going to be slightly more draw biased, only just. So if you've got a shot that's going into a flag and you've already got quite an aggressive draw, this is going to exaggerate it. If you've got a fade or a slice, this is probably going to neutralise it quite nicely. So play to your kind of game at the moment, and it depends what the shot shape you play, depends on how you approach this shot. But generally, as a rule of thumb, you've got to stand up a little bit taller, stick your bum out, make sure you're balanced in the middle of your body, and when you hit, just be aware that it could have a tendency of having a little bit of draw bias to it. Guys, that's been my video tip on sloping lies. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed that. That was posted as a suggestion on my Facebook wall. So if you've got any more suggestions or video bits of advice you'd like me to do, please do check me out on Facebook, Twitter, send me Facebook tweets, whatever you want to send me, hopefully nice ones. Let me know what you want me to review, because I'll do anything. You know, I'll do any review, any tip, any bit of advice you would like me to do. Guys, thanks so much for watching. My name's been Rick Shiels down here at Trafford Golf Centre in Manchester. You can check me out also on my channel, which is down at the bottom. Please do subscribe. The more subscribers I get, the more videos I shall do for you lot. Thanks so much for watching.